Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch the Movie. Mike here, and I want to thank our sponsor today, BetterHelp. BetterHelp, I'm so happy to have them on the channel today. You know, if you have depression or you have anxiety, maybe you're just stuck in a rut and need some direction from someone, therapy can be a great tool for all of us, and I think there's a million reasons why we don't do it. Where do you go to? Who do you go to? You look up someone on local, on Google, they have like 3 reviews from Billy Bob and Aunt May, Cheeto Fingers 3000. You don't trust them. You go there, it's in the back of an Arby's parking lot. You don't want to share your deepest, darkest secrets with people that you're not sure about. And what happens if you don't like them? And I'm not saying you have deep, dark secrets and you're Patrick Bateman from American Psycho, but when that happens, it's a lot harder than being like, hey, I have to return some videotapes. BetterHelp takes all that anxiety away because they match you up with a therapist, and if you don't like them, they just match you up with a different one. Their goal is to make things more affordable, to make things more convenient. You can do it remote, you can do it through messaging. Check out the link in our description box below. When you click that, yes, you do help the channel out, but it also gives you 10% off of your first month of BetterHelp. So if you're struggling with anything, please give that link a click and check it out. And you know, Jay and I have been doing this channel for 10 years, so you guys have seen the best, some of the best moments of our lives, and you've been with us through some of the worst. When the channel started to take off, and my job was starting to take off at the same time, and I wasn't sleeping, and I wasn't taking care of myself. I was sleeping 4 hours a night, maybe. And, you know, I just kind of mentally broke and ended up with multiple hospital trips with crazy panic attacks and medical anxiety, and started to freak out a little bit. And I can't help but think and look back to at that time and maybe I could have sorted that out quicker and a lot easier if I had a therapist and someone to talk to and just work through the wires in my head at the time. And it's something I wish I would have done. So if you're in that position and you really want to get that extra hand to help you out of whatever it is you're going through, please consider checking out that link and checking out BetterHelp, and I hope it helps. We've got our Scream Season 2 review. Oh, God, I don't want to anymore, Craig. Look, if you watched Season 1, the review that I did, I learned something from you guys, and that's that there is a group of people who really, really love Scream, the TV series. And to that, I say awesome. My opinions and what I say today is not me telling you that you are wrong. I am merely saying how I felt and just being honest about it. So please understand that. If you enjoy the show, I think that's awesome. I think that kicks ass, and I'm happy for you, Steve. There are a small group of people who go too fucking far with it. There's a little group of people who are like, it's better than Scream 5 and 6. It's better than all the Scream. Some guy said it was better than all the Scream sequels. And I just think that he should not be allowed to shop in fucking public anymore because he's a danger to society. All right, so let's get into it. Everything that sucked my butt, Steve, about Season 1 still sucks my asshole, Sarah, in Season 2. The difference is the cool parts of Season 1 are way cooler in Season 2. Now, what those parts are particularly the Ghostface stuff, or the Lakewood Slap. I'm going to call him Ghostface, all right? It's fucking Scream. You know, when Ghostface is actually on screen or there's a kill happening, specifically the kill scenes, the show is good. And in Season 2, they do an amazing job with the kills. I mean, they really, really upped the kills and made them a lot cooler. And there were some cool kills in the first season. This killer was very theatrical. It's very Michael Myers, playing with arts and crafts with the dead bodies, you know, very Seven with the way that they would stage bodies or show the town that this person was dead, or send people videos of them being heinously chopped up with a scythe. The show is mean in that, and I really, really appreciate that. Season 2 really upped the ante on all that stuff, and that's why overall I do like this season better. The Gerald's Game kill, or he's cutting off the dude's hand. I'm not mentioning specifics just in case you guys haven't seen it, and if you haven't seen it, I will say I watched every episode with you guys on Patreon. There's commentaries for every episode in Season 1, every episode in Season 2, all available on our Patreon. That I'll put a link for down below as well if you want to watch the show along with me, wherever it ends up, at fucking Peacock or Paramount or wherever the show goes from Netflix. And eventually we'll do Season 3 too. But all that stuff's not only good, but it's great. I'm shocked with what they were able to get away with in Season 2 for it being on MTV as far as the blood and guts and stuff like that go. Just top-notch shit. I mean, really, really good stuff. And inventive kills too. These aren't just like, you know, run-of-the-mill, I'm gonna stab you in the stomach a couple times. There is some dark shit happening here, and I can appreciate that. So when it comes to the blood, the guts, the violence, great shit. I liked it in Season 1, it's better here. But on to the bad. The shit that sucked in Season 1 still sucks in Season 2. Point A, evidence number 1, Emma. Emma is the worst final girl that has ever fucking final girled. We talked about this in season 1. She never does anything of value at all. And they made it even worse this time around when everybody's like, yeah, she's the main one. She's the final girl. All of her friends and all these people in Lakewood just went through all of this heinous shit together in season 1. But you wouldn't know it. You think Emma was in a goddamn fishbowl and everybody was just watching horrible shit happening to her. Because the entire show, she doesn't give a flying fuck about any of these people. All she cares about is herself. Every time she walks in a room, everyone's like, but poor Emma. And she's like, I know. Poor me. And the second someone's like, hey, my dad just died, she's like, yeah, well, I remember when my dad left me and it was fucking worse. I'm sorry, I actually get so angry about this topic because she is the worst final girl of all time. She never does anything of value. She actually is the reason that so many people are dying. She is responsible for almost as many deaths as the Lakewood slasher is himself. And they do the same thing in this season. The killer will be like, you better go on this Easter egg hunt for dead bodies and stuff, or else I'll kill your friends, while actively fucking killing her friends. And she's like, I can't tell the police or he'll kill my friends, while he's literally killing her friends. So why wouldn't she call the police? There's so many fucking moments in this goddamn show where a character could have easily called law enforcement or got some fucking help from someone with some goddamn sense that's not Emma fucking Fitzgerald or whatever her name is. And they could have, Emma James, because mommy went fornicating around slumming one night in high school. There's so many situations where she could have saved the day and caught the killer had she just had any fucking sense in her brain, but she does not. She's always like, it has to be me. I have to be the one, because she's an attention whore. She needs all the fucking attention. She is so insufferable. And I'm telling you guys, we were taking bets on season 1 and season 2 throughout the show. Like, I bet she does a dramatic storm off here, and fucking biggity bam, every time she does it, bam, bitch went down. Sid, super bitch. Every single time she has an interaction with someone, Emma ends up going, and then there's her mom, who's twice as annoying this time around with her way too big glasses that's just sitting there useless as shit. Like, I lied about, you're everyone's, I don't know who your dad is. But the new characters, the new sheriff, way better of an actor, way more presence on screen, way cooler of a character than that fucking Scott Wolf Party of Five wannabe in season 1. So that was an upgrade there. And his son, really cool addition too. He's strange, he's weird, he doesn't look like he just walked out of the fucking Gap. He's got a dark side to him, he's kind of creepy. I enjoy that character a lot, bringing the total amount of characters I actually like in this show to a grand total of fucking 2, 3. And the show actually got better by subtraction, meaning sometimes they would kill off a really fucking annoying character and you'd be like, yes. Noah's character goes through something that's goddamn frustratingly stupid. He gets his pee-pee touched by this chick and he becomes completely obsessed with her and just blinded to absolutely everything. And as this show does, when someone dates someone for 5 minutes and something happens to them, they're the long lost love of their lives and we have to watch them cry about it for 3 fucking episodes in their room crisscross applesauce while listening to some shitty fucking James Blunt album. But he's just really blinded by trying to get some ass. And at least that's a realistic storyline because that's probably what his character would have been like. He'd be like, she touched my peppy, Steve. I don't give a fuck about any of you anymore or my fucking podcast. They do this thing with Audrey that is really tiresome too. The first like half, the killer's like messing with her. It's like, I know what you did last summer. And again, the voice is still embarrassingly bad. Fucking embarrassingly bad. Like, I'm so sorry to whoever does that voice, but you got Roger Jackson and then I gotta get a fucking shovel and dig and go to the center of the fucking earth to tell you where this person ranks in comparison. It's just like, I'm gonna get you, Emma. Too bad you're not alone. Because I saw the shit you fucking did. It's not scary. It actually takes all the horror and suspense out of the room. I want to take his face off. But it's not all bad. They do some cool different stuff with this. I like how every episode's named after a different horror movie. And then also, it's very meta, of course. And then also there's things like there's an episode where they all get dosed with like LSD from this tequila and they're all tripping balls and there's a threesome situation that happens. And I'm like, all right, now we're doing some weird shit and I can appreciate it. We're stepping outside of the boring little circle thing that we've been doing, and we're doing some new things. So that was enjoyable and pretty cool. It's just like every episode I felt like, and as things unfolded and you started to learn more and we got closer to finding out who the killer was and whatnot, which we'll talk about in a second, I found myself excited to watch the next episode, which is not something I felt in season 1 at all. The fucking soap opera shit and the Emma stuff and her mom and the stupid decision making and like the really fluff episodes. I mean, they shovel horse shit to fill the running time of this. It should have been 6-7 episodes tops. But there's so much drama and bad drama, not even shit you're excited about, and meandering that goes nowhere. It's so frustrating. And then they'll hit you with a cool kill. Or they'll hit you with a cool story point, and you're like, all right, I'm fucking back in. And it seems like the back half of the season, crazy shit was happening every episode. So I did appreciate that. Once they got through all of this is your life, fucking my so-called life bullshit, the show actually got pretty good at times. But then, of course, every 12 minutes, Emma shows up like, my mom lied to me today. She said we had oatmeal. There was no fucking oatmeal. Just insufferable. Like she would show up and like, give me the gun because I'm the fucking... They're like, no, you're not. No, you're fucking not. Everyone hates you. It started to seep through the show. It really did. At one point, someone was like, hey, it's not fucking about you. And I feel like that was unscripted. I really do. I feel like they were just speaking at the character in that moment. So she's insufferable. She really single-handedly, not the actress is fine, but the character single-handedly tanks this show. It really does. It overcomes all the cool kills and everything and just makes it pure ass tailbone butt trash. But there's cool moments peppered with awesome scream in between. So I do get it. Scream betweens. So before we get to super spoilers, I will say this. I'd like this a lot more. I don't remember what I gave the last season. I'll give this season a 6 out of 10, which has got to be far higher than I gave the first season. So definitely an improvement for sure. That last episode, like they ravel things up, and I thought that the killer reveal was actually done really well. Like I thought the person who, and we'll talk about it in a second, but I thought that person did a really good, I was shocked. I was really shocked at how good that was. And then they tack on this extra episode, which was like Scooby-Doo, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer ripoff, just not nearly as good. And they added a new like killer to the mix. And it was just like, I see what you're doing here, but what's the fucking point at all? And yes, because of the cancellation and because of them switching things up, there are a lot of things unanswered, specific things that are unanswered. But I will say that I was really worried we weren't going to get the killer reveal. I felt satisfied. Like I know a lot of people don't. I do not feel the need to go back to Lakewood ever again to unravel those extra mysteries. Like, I get that they're there. I was satisfied an episode ago before we went on our little Tahiti trip or whatever to I Still Know What You Did Last Summer ripoff land. I was still satisfied. Like, I know there's there's all this stuff, but with what we got there, I was like, I'm good with it. I'm happy. Let's fucking go. Pack up your shit. Let's get the fuck out of here. We did the best we could. So that's how I feel about it. I feel no need to return there. If they did the TV series again and used the mask again, maybe made it more adult and not so goddamn, fucking Blossom dramatic, then I'd be cool with that for sure. But I definitely don't see the need to. Yes, it's left hanging. Yes, there's stuff we will never fucking know. But I really don't care. I was good with what we got. So let's talk about it. Major spoiler alert now. We'll get right into that part. Kieran was the killer. Old Lego had himself. But I was so shocked. And God, it made me laugh so hard that it was, if anybody had a chance at knowing who the killer was, it was Emma 3,746 fucking times. She should have been able to tell that it was him. And when he turns heel on her and his hair like dangles down, kind of like Billy's a little bit. God, he was the worst character up to this point. Like the only actual like emoting he did was like, my hair's disheveled, so I'm upset. Like it was terrible. But then when he does his reveal, it was actually kind of cool because he actually acted. And I got it. I was like, oh, this guy's been painfully fucking boring in a Marlboro commercial this whole movie. And of course, Emma's attracted to that because she's a goddamn box of idiot shit. But he's been so boring in one note this entire time, but there's actually all this to him, all this extra shit to him, and that's why. So I was like, cool, man, I like it. And I thought he did a good job. I thought he acted the shit out of his reveal, and I dug it, man. I was a fan of it. And then when they do the extra ghost face and they show up at the penitentiary and snap his neck, I'm like, okay, that's neat. That's neat that you did that, but you better not come out and be like this extra killer was Audrey or some shit, because it takes a man to do something like that. Not a man, but like a Ronda Rousey. It takes a big motherfucker to take his neck and actually exorcist it all the way around and kill him the way that they did. Fuck that extra guy in that stupid episode. He was an awful killer. Whatever his name was, I don't even remember. Just fucking looks like the lead singer of Three Doors Down or whatever. But that whole thing was just stupid as hell. They Scooby-Dooed the fuck out of it. As a one-off, fine, whatever. It's neat, I guess, but it's just not done well at all. And again, Emma's just terrible at her job. Of course she's attracted to him. Of course she didn't see it coming. She's the worst fucking final girl of all time. But I like Kieran after this. Like, annoying as shit all the way through both seasons, but his reveal, kind of fucking rad. And they did a good job of making you guess who the killer was going to be. So all in all, I was all right with that. I really was all right with that stuff. And I thought that season 2 ended up being okay. I'll probably never watch it again unless someone just edits together, like without all the extra dumb shit fluff. Actually, I will watch it again. I will fast forward the fuck. Every time they come up with some hippy dippy bullshit, I will fast forward the shit out of that and watch the cool stuff. That's the best way to watch Scream Season 2 without the fluff. So yeah, that's my review of Scream Season 2. Again, if you guys love it, I'm happy for you that you loved it. I'm not trying to poo-poo your opinion. I'm just giving my true opinion. And I truthfully love the fuck out of all of you guys, and we'll see you soon. It's Scream updates, Scream coverage, movie coverage, horror movie stuff, fun times at Ridgemont High, right up the ass. Click subscribe and the bell so that you're let known when we make these videos, because if you don't, you'll subscribe and then YouTube won't show us to you anymore because we say things like shit, fuck, cock, balls, and we'll be like basically Scream Season 2. There'll just be some unresolved sexual tension between us. So if you would click the subscribe button, I'd appreciate it. I love your fucking faces, and you guys have a great day. Halloween never ends, suck my fucking dick, and I don't really care what Blumhouse fucking says. Put him in a box, or suck a fucking cock. You can say he's dead, but we all know he's not. Yeah. So let's go trick-or-treating, let's go fucking drinking, let's all go rent Pumpkinhead on VHS, cause Halloween never ends.